Hey, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome for the first time. All around, welcome. I am carrieblogger, a career freelancer on Fiverr.com, where I've been selling as a full-time copywriter for about the past 7 years now. Usually I post for freelance Friday videos, but as you may or may not know, in this series, it is all about my life as a freelancer, which right now involves training to run a marathon. So excited. Welcome to week 4. You're welcome to hop right in and join the journey here, or you are welcome to go back and revisit them in order. I will have the link to that playlist down below with those individual videos, and of course here are the thumbnails as well. Week 4 is looking good. I just finished my half marathon yesterday, and if you are popping in from last week's video, you know that I finished on a weird note and I thought I literally broke my hip. I was in so much pain for no reason. I finished the run, felt pretty darn good, and then all of a sudden, kablamo, couldn't even walk. And lucky for me, it's not bad today. I don't know why. It hurt so bad yesterday. I have not felt that much pain in that particular place of my body ever. But luckily I woke up and I feel darn good again. The bad news is that I just found out that the marathon is canceled. But I'm still going to be doing the marathon, just obviously not from the top of a mountain. It's a little anticlimactic and it's definitely not as cool. But gosh darn it, I will run a marathon. Coronavirus or not, I will be running this marathon. And if you're coming from a previous vlog, I just have to really quick sum up Carrie's booktube review of Where the Forest Meets the Stars. 5 out of 5. Cannot recommend that enough. Mesmerizing from start to finish. Literally not a darn thing was wrong with that whole book. I loved it. I'm so sad it's over. It was so good. So good. And now I gotta find something else to listen to. That's a challenge for tomorrow, because tonight we start with yoga for active rest. Flip them back over to Yoga with Adrienne. Speedy 3, happy Tuesday. Today was the hottest day we've had so far this year, and I am dripping in sweat. It is so warm outside, but there's actually like something so invigorating about just like being so sweaty. I feel like it's like detoxifying myself in a nice way, and I actually really enjoyed it. So good run overall. I started a new book that's so far not super interesting at the start, but I have high hopes for it, so we'll keep up with that. I love how bright this shirt is. It literally like reflects off me. It makes me so happy. It's so sunshiny. God, I love neon. So today's run is a little bit going rogue. According to my training plan, at this point, I am supposed to stop hill runs and start doing just shorter, easier runs on Thursdays. I think that's mostly because the mileage on my long runs is gonna get substantially longer from this point on. And so, yeah. But I really wanted to do a hill run, so I said, I'm just gonna do it. I don't think it's gonna be that much harder or like that crazy strenuous that I won't be able to bounce back from it. And I just love that hill course. It just makes me feel so much better. It makes me feel so accomplished, and it's a really nice length, and it's one of those things that just makes me feel really good. And I really have been needing that. This week has been really rough, just struggling with anxiety, which I don't usually struggle with, and it's just been kind of feeling a little bit overwhelmed with work, as I've mentioned, but even more than just feeling like I have a lot to do, just feeling like it's just too much to get done in the amount of time that I have. And I've really struggled with that. Last night was really bad, especially. So I just put myself on a wellness break, out of office, vacation mode. So I'll have about a week of absolutely nothing for work once I sort through these final orders I have in my queue right now. So on Sunday, I will have worked through all of that. I can enjoy a week off, kind of recenter, refocus, think about how I'm going to set new, better limits for myself to manage things a little better. Because popularity is fantastic, and having too many orders is a fantastic problem to have. But at this point, with the way I've been feeling, it's just not sustainable, and it's honestly not healthy, and it's not worth it. The money is not worth me feeling like I literally can't breathe, because it hasn't been feeling good. I'm still feeling that way a little bit, but that run was really just clearing my head, getting back to focus on my breath and myself and just feeling a lot better in what I can accomplish on the road. I also bought 2 new pairs of running shoes. Given the COVID shipping delays and stuff, who knows when they'll actually end up getting here, but I'm really excited about that. I definitely need new running shoes for sure. So yeah, big deep breaths today, going rogue, going off the schedule, but just doing what's good for me. Hopefully you're feeling well. As my sister-in-law says, reading mentally and otherwise. I know that there's a lot of stress in the world right now. And I think that if everything was back to normal, my work stress probably wouldn't be this bad, but just kind of on top of everything else in the world. It's just a lot to process. So I really hope that you're doing well. And you can also find things like a 10K hill run that make you feel better and more manageable. Can I even believe that 6 miles is just a loosey-goosey, easy breezy, love it, make me feel better kind of run? What a world do I live in? This is crazy. Today was 6 miles and I loved it. It was great. Today is just a little bit better than it has been. Like I mentioned, I'm kind of winding up, finishing the work that I have in my queue right now. So I'm looking forward to kind of a mental vacation next week, thank God. And so this run just was yet another opportunity to focus on my breathing, really deepen my anxiety breaths, and just get balanced again. It was pretty nasty weather outside. It's like the half kind of rain where the air is just really heavy and like smelly, and it's just humid and not good. But other than the actual weather, my run was really nice. And my book is heartbreaking and soul crushing and so good. It got off to a pretty slow start because I didn't realize that it's basically telling the story of 2 families with like shared traumatic instances over like the course of a lifetime. And so it kept like skipping through years because obviously a lifetime is a lot to cover. And I kept thinking like, when is it going to get to the actual story? I think if I had known going into it like what the format is, I wouldn't have been such a weird slow start. But right now it's just heartbreakingly beautiful. Oh my gosh. Ask Again, Yes, I think is what it's called. And it's really, really effing sad. It's so good though. So yeah, really nice meditative runs, lots of emotional book reading, and just good overall. So yes, happy Friday. See you tomorrow. Welcome to weekly wrap up. I don't even know what week this is anymore. Week 4? I think it has been a long ass week, but I did it. I did it. I feel great. It was 15 freaking miles today. I had run that distance before once. So up till this point, that had been and still technically is my longest distance ever. I did run an extra 0.05 at the end just to make sure that my watch gave me a little longest distance badge. But technically I have done this once before. I remember the last time I did it, I could like kind of barely cross my imaginary finish line. It was really hard. I felt like that was just pushing myself to the absolute maximum. And so it's especially reassuring that at mile 13.5, when I had my mom come meet me to refill my water, I was like, I'm almost done. And it just makes me feel so good. And I like so needed that this week. So to wrap up, some things this week. Little chat time with Carrie. If you're still here, you're my favorite. You're my hero. In terms of the books that I'm reading, I just finished Ask Again, Yes. Solid 4.9 stars. It was beautiful. It was a family drama that tracked 2 families over the course of a lifetime and how they coped with kind of intermixed traumatic incidences and trauma in each of their pasts. and just kind of coming together, reconciling with mental illness, and kind of who is at fault, you know, kind of how much you can blame someone else and how much you can do to like pass over. I don't know. This synopsis doesn't make any sense. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I quickly finished that book at like mile 2. So I had luckily already downloaded and queued up a new book so I could easily flip over to the next one mid-run. So I just hit Vanishing Birds. Is that what it's called? And I also realized why I thought that Where the Forest Meets the Stars was a sci-fi, because I had put The Vanishing Birds and Where the Forest Meets the Stars on my read list on the same day. And they both have a very similar summary. So Where the Forest Meets the Stars was fiction, definitely not sci-fi, not anything like that, but a mysterious child comes into this woman's life. That's like where the story starts. This one, which definitely is sci-fi, is also a mysterious child comes to this woman. And so I had read both of those synopses. And so for both of these things, I had like mixed them together in my memory. And that was why I was so confused for a while. And it's pretty much a slow start, not loving it so far. I have higher hopes because when I put it on my list, I was excited to read it. That was the only like negative-ish thing about my run, was I just found myself constantly daydreaming and not paying attention because I didn't super lock into my book. Was there anything else? It was a very hard week. That was a very hard run, but I've made it through both of them. And I'm so excited to see you next week. Please join me again then. And if you're running this with me, which I doubt anyone is, but if you are, congrats. You just did it. You ran 15 miles. And if you're just watching this from the comfort of your couch, also congrats, because you're an awesome person and you're helping my tiny, tiny, tiny channel grow. Yep. End of vlog now. Bye.